Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary peoples who have the fortunate glory of watching my videos. This is Bronson's By Any Means Necessary fantasy baseball talk for Monday, August 1st. It's now August, so I'm going to start getting more prolific with my videos because fantasy football, is a little more time consuming, a little bit more strategic. So we can go back to the way, I used to do it, the position breakdowns, week to week, blah, 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 all that stuff, spikes, yikes. I don't really do that for baseball and basketball because it's not really necessary. So instead of having the twice a week videos, I'll probably go back to 4 or 5 a week. But plenty to talk about today, and rather than listen to my freaking roommate screaming his game or cough his lungs up because he doesn't know how to smoke weed, even though those are the only 2 hobbies he has. He sucks at both of those hobbies. So I don't want to listen to it. So I'm going to record. I usually try to be a little bit more respectful of my surroundings. And so I don't sit here and scream into my phone so you guys can hear it. But if he's going to sit over there and scream at his video games for 8 to 10 hours a day with no regard for the people around him, then why don't I do the same into my phone here for 20 minutes a day, twice a week? I don't know. I was just raised to be respectful, which some of you may find that hard to believe because a lot of you think I'm disrespectful, but really, I just think that I just tell it how it is, and I don't put up with bullshit, and I don't put up with being disrespected. And so if you're gonna disrespect me, you're sure as hell gonna get disrespected back. But when all things are equal, all things are considered, all things being equal, I'll respect you until you disrespect me, and then once you start disrespecting me, I'm gonna disrespect you, and I'm gonna win the disrespect battle. That's just how it is. So yeah, fantasy football coming up. It's August, which I haven't even really done any thinking about fantasy football at all. It's been out of mind. It's usually something around July where I start getting the itch, but this year don't really have the itch. But I'm sure it won't be long. I'll get that itch and I'll start drafting, mocking on a daily basis, and then I'll just end up in 25 leagues anyways. So I did go to the movies again yesterday. I wanted to test my theory about the popcorn and or the butter, whatever it is that is not sitting well with my body. And it turns out it might not be the popcorn or the butter after all. It might be the soda, because I did not have popcorn yesterday. I had soda only, and I still had the same problems. So I don't know what they're doing with their soda, but it really makes it, I'm going to have to go to the movies next time, get the popcorn and the butter and nothing to drink, which is going to be a miserable experience. I'm going to do it because I got to figure out what is the problem with whatever it is at the movie theaters that I get and enjoy and can't make it through an entire movie without problems. So it could be the soda, it could be the Pepsi, whatever the heck they're adding to that Pepsi at the movie theater to make it disturbing to me. I watched League of Super Pets yesterday, which was actually pretty good. It was funny. I laughed a lot, and had a really good moral at the end of the story. Great movie to take your kids to if you are a family that does that kind of thing, that does stuff together, has quality time with your kids, and takes them out to do things, takes them to the movies. I know it's kind of expensive these days, even though I don't have to pay for movie tickets. I'm blessed, spoiled that way. I pay for a monthly subscription, so I'm still paying out of pocket, but I don't have to pay for movie tickets, which I just buy concessions, so I'm still spending money, So they're not, making money off of me. But I'm not one of those people who buys tickets online because it costs 50 cents. I'm not willing to pay 50 cents to reserve a ticket when I can just get it when I get to the door. Regal has started this really annoying thing where they have a guy standing at the door, and he wants to scan your online ticket. So every time you walk in the door, they're on your ass like a fly on shit. Did you purchase a ticket online today, sir? No, I did not. They do it to everybody. It's like when you walk into a grocery store. Back in the old days, I noticed they don't do this anymore. But back in the old days, you walk into a store, a department store, or any store, and people were on you immediately, like, "Oh, can I help you find something, sir?" Blah blah blah. No, when I want your help, I'll come find you. I want to be left alone. That's kind of my thing. Leave me alone. And then, or fast food restaurant. Like I've noticed this, fast food restaurant. Or a bar. A bar is the worst. The servers are on you immediately. Like as soon as you before you even sit down, like, "Oh, what can I give you to drink today?" I'm like, I haven't even seen your tap list, first of all. So back the fuck off. Let me see what I'm working with here before I decide on what I want to drink or eat. Okay, it's like that's how these guys are at the movie theater now. And it's like I don't want to be rude because I know that they're young kids. It's probably their first job for a lot of them, and they're like that's their job. They have to be annoying people like that. But it's like at the same time, I go there enough. They should recognize me by now, anyways. And I just leave me alone. Get off my ass when I walk in the door. I'm not ever gonna buy an online ticket because I'm not gonna spend 50 cents on a ticket when I can get it for free when I walk in the door. Okay, so I just want them to leave me alone. Couple of trades. I'm sure you guys have heard about it if you follow baseball at all. Luis Castillo got sent to the Mariners, which I don't know if I like. I feel like we gave up too much, and I'm not a big Luis Castillo fan. He's been a perennial fantasy disappointment. This is like the first year where he's actually been an above average pitcher in my opinion. So, and this is the first year I didn't draft him before. So I drafted him for like 3 years in a row. And he never lived up to the expectations. So this year I was like, I'm not touching him. So of course this year he lives up to the expectations. But we'll see if he can continue that in the American League. Mariners. I'm appreciative that we're trying to go all in. I still have no faith in Dipoto or Scott Service, and I don't think that's ever going to change because it's been 5 years of miserable failure and clown moves for half a decade. So like 1/2 season isn't going to change that. And I don't believe either of them should have got extensions. They both should have been fired a long time ago, in my personal opinion. Scott Service never should have lasted past his first year. He's been there, and now he's been there for as long as he has. Dipoto should have been fired a couple of years ago when I remember the year that we were off to a good start, and we were heading to the playoffs. We were on pace to make the playoffs, and then Dipoto was like, "No, we're going to trade away some veterans for some useless young guys, so we don't make the playoffs." That was the first problem I had with him. Second problem I had with him was last year. I think it was last year when we were weren't necessarily on our way to the playoffs, but we had a guy in the bullpen named Kendall Graveman who was pitching really well. His teammates really loved him. The Mariners we were doing okay. We may have been able to make the playoffs. Jerry Dipoto was like, "Nah, we're gonna trade this guy because we don't want teammates, we don't want veterans that the teammates actually like here, and we're gonna trade him to the Houston Astros, our biggest division rival, the team that's in front of us in the standings, so to ensure that we don't catch them, right?" So it's like this Dipoto was like, anytime we get close or we get good, he's like, "No, I don't want to win yet." Because winning creates pressure. As long as I keep losing and keep rebuilding, there's no pressure, right? So even though fans are very hungry for a playoff appearance, it's been 20 years, we're the laughing stock of Major League Baseball. We're a running joke about how long it's been since we made the playoffs, blah, blah, blah. And this is, in case you're wondering, this is not a screwdriver. It's just Gatorade, actually, the 7-Eleven, my local 7-Eleven, which technically there's like 5 7-Elevens within 2 miles of me, so there's no real local one, but the one that I went to, they have orange Gatorade on tap. I'm going to call it on tap, and so I like to get it occasionally, so I can have a big thing of, not necessarily caffeine, but just have a big 32 ounce, which I think this is actually, 44 of just orange Gatorade. It keeps me hydrated when it's hot. been on a real orange drink kick lately. I don't know what the deal is, like last couple of months. It's just like I wanted orange, like Fanta, orange soda of any kind, more than I wanted cola, which cola has been my go-to for, 25 years, 2 decades at least. It's always been cola, Pepsi, Coke, RC, doesn't matter, even diet shit, like Diet Right, the cheap Diet Right stuff. I used to drink the crap out of that. It's cola's always been my thing, but lately it's been orange. Really into the orange. Yeah, and Devin Williams, sorry, I got completely off track. Devin Williams is going to be the new closer for the Brewers. It's about time. Devin Williams has been outstanding. Devin Williams, honestly, probably been a better reliever over the last 3 years than Josh Hader. Josh Hader's going to the Padres. Josh Hader's still going to be one of the elite closers of baseball, going to San Diego. Nothing's going to change for him. Devin Williams should now step into that elite tier of closers in fantasy. So if he's available in your league, you might want to get out there and pick him up while you still can. Getting to the 3 hitters worth adding this week or this for the next few days. We're going to start with Shea Langeliers, the catcher for the Athletics. This is the last pre-MLB trade deadline video I'm going to do. Shea Langeliers is a really interesting prospect. He's the reigning MVP of the Rising Stars game. He plays catcher. He's in Oakland. Oakland's very much a rebuilding team. Sean Murphy is currently the catcher in front of him in Oakland. He's having an outstanding season, but I think it's likely that Sean Murphy's going to get moved. Don't know where he's going to get moved to, but Wilson Contreras, Sean Murphy, I think are going to get moved. Sean Murphy, when he gets moved, immediately Shea Langeliers is going to get called up. Shea Langeliers is immediately going to be a starter-worthy option at catcher because we know he can hit. He's definitely MLB ready, and Oakland will give him every opportunity to succeed. Oakland also has another young catcher in the minor leagues, Tyler Soderstrom. He's a little bit younger. He's a couple of years away. So in a couple of years, 2025-ish, 2024, 2025, we could be having the same conversation about Shea Langeliers, about how he's having an outstanding year. But he's also going to get moved because Oakland wants to make room for Tyler Soderstrom. But that's neither here nor there. That's later. It's not relevant to today. I'm just rambling. Other hitters to consider. Aledmus Diaz, the utility man for the Astros. He's eligible all over the field, which is great to have to round out your lineup in fantasy baseball. But he's also hitting really well lately, and he is getting, because of his productivity, he's getting more and more starts. And then Kevin Newman is finally healthy after a lengthy injury for the Pirates. He's eligible at shortstop and second base, and he's hitting pretty well despite the lack of success that Pittsburgh is having. For the pitchers, Tuesday, I've got 2 streamers for you, 2 really good streamers. Wednesday, I've got 3, and Thursday, I have 2. Again, this is a very tentative schedule because the trade deadline is tomorrow. A lot of these guys, well, I shouldn't say a lot. Let's say 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 of the 7. 3 of the 7 could be moved, so they may not make their start this in the next couple of days. But as of now, on the team that they're on and the matchup they have on that day, I really like them as streamers. So, also, Jacob deGrom is due to make his first start of the season tomorrow. So, the unicorn that is Jacob deGrom is back. We'll see how long he lasts. He's very injury prone. We'll see. But we know that when he's out there, he's going to pitch phenomenally. It's just a matter of how many starts are we going to get from Jacob deGrom before he gets hurt again. But he's worth. And Jacob deGrom is so good that you just gotta roll with it. You just gotta take it. Kind of like Chris Sale used to be. Chris Sale's been hurt so much lately that I don't know if Chris Sale's ever going to be the same pitcher again, because Chris Sale. It was always predicted that this was going to happen to Chris Sale because the way he throws, his body style. He's never predicted to have longevity. So this could be the end for Chris Sale as an elite fantasy pitcher. Jacob deGrom, I think, still has a chance. He's just going to have to... I don't know. But they've both been phenomenal pitchers to watch and have as a fantasy owner through the years. I wish them both well moving forward. But for my streamers tomorrow, Braxton Garrett of the Marlins versus the Reds. I know Braxton Garrett did not have the greatest start in his last start, but outside of that start, he's been phenomenal over his last 5 or 6. And the Reds are a team that, again, I said this last time too about the Pirates. There should be nothing to worry about against Braxton Garrett there, but statistically, I would take the chance on Braxton Garrett. But if you're into, what's the word I'm looking for? Not necessarily tangible stats, but more cosmic luck factors, and you want to, then you're probably going to weigh my terrible luck that I've had throughout my entire life a little bit more heavily than you're going to weigh the statistical probability of him succeeding, and it's going to be a little bit more of a risky pick for you, but I am an eternal optimist, and I'm going to say that Braxton Garrett's going to have a good start. And then Brady Singer of the Royals against the White Sox. Brady Singer is quietly been pitching phenomenally over the last month plus. So Brady Singer, again, is another guy I'd be willing to take a chance on tomorrow without much reservation. For Wednesday, a couple of guys who could be traded tomorrow, between now and tomorrow, because the deadline is Tuesday. So they're projected to start Wednesday. They may not make that start because they may not be on another team. But if they do stay with the team they're on and make the start on Wednesday, I like Madison Bumgarner against the Guardians. Cole Irvin against the Angels, especially Cole Irvin has had 3 straight 20-plus point starts. No reason to think that he won't make that 4. And then Alex Cobb against the Dodgers. I know the Dodgers are a tough opponent, but it's in San Francisco, so it's a pitcher-friendly environment. And Alex Cobb has racked up 22 strikeouts through his last 3 starts. He racked up 11 in his last start. That's insane. 11 strikeouts for a guy like Alex Cobb. Alex Cobb's not known as a strikeout guy, so 11 strikeouts. Like, the Dodgers, although they're very good and they're a tough matchup, they are kind of, in Dodgers terms, in a bit of a slump batting right now. So actually, I kind of actually like all the Giant starters in this series against the Dodgers. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I think they're playing. I know they got Cobb on Wednesday, Judas on Thursday. Who the hell is starting tomorrow? I forgot already. Well, the Giants seem to have kind of the Dodgers figured out in the regular season. So they seem to know something that can kind of stifle the Giants' bats regularly. Again, there's no tangible stats really to back that up. It just seems that the Giants can keep the Dodgers' bats a little bit more mellow against them than most other teams can. So I like all 3 starters in this series. I don't remember who they all are. Forgive me. I like all 3 of them, but Alex Cobb's the only one I'm really going out on a limb recommending because of the amount of strikeouts that he's been racking up through his last 3 starts. Thursday, Jose Quintana of the Pirates versus the Brewers. There's another guy who could get moved. Probably will get moved because he's so cheap. His contract is so cheap. It's a 1-year deal. And he's a little older. So, again, he doesn't fit the Pirates' timeline. He's very expendable for Pittsburgh. And he's pitching really well. There's no reason for Pittsburgh to keep him. He's going to get moved. I almost 100% guarantee you that he will not be making a start for the Pirates on Thursday. But I still think he's going to be a good streaming option no matter where he lands. And he could still make a start on Thursday for his new team. If it's not Thursday, I'm sure it'll be sometime in the weekend. So he'll be on my streamers list in my Thursday video. And then James Caprillion of Oakland against the Angels. James Caprillion has been decent over his last few starts as well, and we all know the Angels are a complete miserable failure, laughing stock in baseball right now. So I like James Caprillion against the Angels. Because yeah, the Angels are garbage, and it's really fun to see the Angels be garbage as a Mariners fan, because the Angels have so much money. They spend so much money. They have all these great players, and yet they still can't seem to even get remotely close to figuring it out. So it's like, as a Mariners fan, we don't have a whole lot to look down on in baseball, but the Angels are one team that I feel like we can, because they have so many resources, they have so much potential, and they just can't even get close to figuring it out. I'm laughing just talking about it. So, and it sounds like they're not going to trade Shohei Ohtani, which, I mean, I don't think I'd trade him either. He's once in a lifetime kind of talent. I wouldn't trade him now, but you know, his contract, they don't have much time left on his contract. He's not going to resign if they continue to be garbage. So they're going to have to trade him eventually. They're going to have to face that reality at some point. It doesn't need to be this year at the trade deadline, though. Maybe in the offseason, maybe next year's trade deadline, you start to consider it. But, I mean, there was no one who was going to offer them a deal even close enough to blow Angels management away to make a deal. I mean, maybe. The only thing I could think of is if the Nationals dangled Juan Soto for Ohtani, but that doesn't really change anything, because the Angels need pitching. And Soto's not a pitcher. The Angels definitely don't need more hitters. And Soto is also a free agent in a couple of years, so they still have to face the same problem in a couple of years. And Soto is the one guy who could actually cost more money than Ohtani. So it doesn't help anything. There's just no realistic deal out there that, for me personally, if I was the Angels general manager, that there's just nothing. There's no deal out there that could have swayed me to trade Ohtani at this point in time. I don't know if Soto's going to get traded. I think Washington should trade Juan Soto at the deadline, but it's probably not going to happen. I think that's going to be an off-season thing. And do I have anything else to talk about? I have ran kind of long. Not really. I think that's it. I think we're good. We can call it a day. Go out and drive for a few hours, try to make some money here before I go on vacation. Usually I take Monday off, and I kind of have been lazy today. I did take my roommate to work. I slept till noon. Took my roommate to work. I was planning on going out a little later. Monday's usually my chill day. Day where I just don't really want to do anything. But I'm gonna go drive a little bit, try to make a little bit of money here tonight. And yeah, that's it. We're running hella long. So peace, love, and nacho fries. Stay blessed. Namaste. Good luck. And yeah, can't wait to start talking some football with you guys. It's stuff that my very few viewers actually seem to care about. So have a good one.